Hello everyone, Ace here, and today I have something that I would personally describe as amusing for you all to look at. Something that was brought to my attention by none other than the New York Post, with an article that came out on April the 15th of this year, titled "Video Game Seeks to Fight Racism by Putting Players in the Shoes of a Black Father." Although admittedly, this appears to be a copy and paste of a Reuters article. But nevertheless, as you could probably tell, it is in fact trying to promote a new VR game titled Our America, which can be best described as thinly veiled propaganda. But amusingly, this example of a thinly veiled piece of propaganda was still considered good enough to receive a $25,000 grant from the Unity software company. Please feel free to keep that in mind when you actually have a look at this game, because it looks exactly like the sort of asset flip that would have ended up in Steam's early access about half a decade ago. Where do I even start with the gameplay reveal? How about the FPS counter that just does not want to go away until it arbitrarily disappears into the scenery? Or the fact that you can actually see the notification to activate Windows in the bottom right corner? I could even bring up the fact that BMW is apparently involved in this project somehow, which given the circumstances, how much do you want to bet that even BMW is surprised at that turn of events? Amusingly, the hilarious displays of incompetence don't stop at just the trailer either, as you can pull up quite a few examples on the Steam storefront page, such as the fact that the game was supposed to release in February of 2021, but the developers never actually bothered to fix that when they missed the deadline, which is something that the New York Post and presumably also Reuters have oh so conveniently omitted to the general public. Something else that is rather amusing about the Steam storefront is that most of the images aren't even cropped properly, leaving little black bars on the bottom of most of the screenshots, along with, of course, the Windows activation notification. I could also point out the fact that they have left the mouse cursor in most of the screenshots, but to be honest, that is just beating a dead horse at this point. So instead, let's move on to the bigger picture, and that being the fact that this is what the SJWs and the journalist community want video games as an entertainment industry to collectively turn into. For you see, so long as a game spouts the right opinions, the developers can pretty much get away with absolutely anything and still receive nothing but universal praise from the woke community. Whereas a game such as, for example, 6 Days in Fallujah will instead receive a consistent harassment campaign for daring to not actually cater to the woke crowd. It doesn't matter just how good or bad the game is to these people. All that matters is that the game pushes the politics. Of course, the great irony in all this is that these efforts are, of course, backfiring. In the case of 6 Days in Fallujah, for example, the SJWs who have both threatened and harassed the developers, along with trying to get the game legally banned, have instead ultimately driven further interest to that particular title. And given that 6 Days in Fallujah already looks promising to most people, it is quite possible that the game will be an even bigger commercial success, not despite the efforts of the SJWs, but in part because of them. By contrast, the efforts of the woke community to try to push a game that looks genuinely terrible on all fronts, such as in this case Our America, may in theory cause the game to receive more attention, but this attention will not likely turn into more sales, because no sane rational person would look at this and think that it is worth their money. And instead, this particular example will be used by individuals such as yours truly to demonstrate the sheer unhinged nature of woke culture, and how the SJW and journalist community do not have the best interests of the video game industry or the gamer at heart. For you see, in my experience, the best sort of red pills possible are the ones that are made by sheer accident by those who don't wish for people to be red-pilled. And with that in mind, all it really takes at that point is to simply highlight what's already there but may have otherwise flown under the radar. But I do believe I'm getting off topic, so I will end this by saying that, unlike the SJWs, I will not demand that this game get banned or anything like that. But I do, however, believe it is absolutely worth being mocked. I know I've already considered making a few potential shorts videos out of it, just for laughs. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.